And welcome to the Bill and Joe Show. That song was by a band called I and I, like your eyeball, and I.
I and I.
I and I.
Oh.
Now, you're kind of a funky kind of guy. Mm-hmm. What'd you think?
Yeah.
You liked it?
I'm into that stuff. Is it all instrumental or were there words?
Well, we're not allowed to say. They're releasing the song on SoundCloud tomorrow at 10 a.m., I believe. And these guys have already played House of Blues up in Chicago.
Cool.
Like all around there.
Yeah.
And they were cool enough to sponsor the show last week, and then I listened to some of their music. They listened to some of ours, and, you know, a bond was made. So
Yeah.
I thought I'd throw that out there, and they were kind enough to let us, tease it a little bit before they officially release it. So tomorrow at soundcloud.com/I and I, EYEANDI, you can listen to it, stream it, do whatever you need. But
now what? I don't know. This might be a stupid question, but
I'm sure.
Now that you can just put your album out digitally, what's the wait for now? Like, because they've got a date, they know when they're going to hit go on the internet or whatever it is. Why not just say, "Hey, it's out. I'm going to put it out tonight"?
Well, I do think that you're probably right in the aspect that
they could do it.
They could do it,
but they have.
But I think they've got a little bit of old school in them, and I do think that there is something to that. Like I appreciate that, like
a little hype, anticipation,
give you a little bit of time to hype it up, and like I mean, I've tried that before with my music, and nobody gave a shit.
Didn't work.
Yeah, no. I don't know if I chose the wrong people to involve or what, but yeah. So yeah, SoundCloud. That's
got to be killing those guys to be sitting on it.
Oh yeah,
just wait. Like it's coming out. Just wait.
Now see,
like, where can I get it? Well, just wait.
I've never been. You know me. You and I have been in a band together. We've written songs together. We've recorded songs together.
Yeah.
I've never been the most confident front man in the world.
Okay.
I mean, off stage I was. Like I told everybody off stage that I was the lead singer of a rock band.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But on stage, I was a little bitch.
You were real shy.
I was really shy and like self-conscious about everything. It was almost like off stage, out of the spotlight. Like I was like, all right,
check me out. I'm a lead singer in a band.
You put me on the stage having to play an instrument and sing, and it's just like, all right, now all my insecurities come out. Did you ever notice that about me? Or I mean, is that what Brian and I were going through? Because you and whatever drummer we had at the time never seemed to. You guys never changed from off stage to on stage. Like you guys were the same guys.
Well, I didn't want to be a boring personality on stage. I wanted.
Oh, so you think I wanted to be one?
No, but I was scared as well. Like you're sitting there, you're like, oh, I hope, because it's your own music. It's not like a cover band where you're like, if you don't like that song, you'll like this one.
But that would have been so much easier for me, speaking of like being in a cover band, like where I could have video of how I should be acting, of that particular song.
An example.
Yeah, that'll give me some basis of how I'm supposed to act when you're playing your own stuff.
Right.
It's nerve-wracking.
It is, but I forced myself to push that in the back and do something else on stage so that at least the people saw me enjoying it, and I think that would make them enjoy it.
It's an awesome concept.
Where if I'm sitting there going, this sucks, I know this song sucks, that's probably what they're thinking too. So,
well, okay, all right.
But if I'm going, yeah, this rocks,
all right, how many
and you know
it. But how many times, and this I guess because one of my first memories of us playing live anywhere, it was at a shit bar with shit people, which I should have recognized that a long time ago.
Yeah.
But nothing is worse than being on stage and like you're playing a song that you wrote and you're proud of.
Yeah.
And we're sounding on point and all things are going great. And you look up and all four people that are there could not give less of a shit. They would rather you shut up.
They'd rather have the jukebox on.
Yeah.
They didn't come here to see.
Hey, Tommy, when can we turn these fuckers off and turn on the jukebox? Yeah.
When sound check over, boys. This is the show.
Right.
Oh.
And how many times we had to recycle songs in our playlist because We played through them too fast.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to play for 4 hours, and at the end of 3 hours, we've already blown through all of our shit because we're playing them faster, maybe because we're nervous.
Definitely, yeah.
Or no breaks in between songs. Like, we were just like, oh, this is going horrible.
Yep. Just flying through the set list.
But
and then set one gets repeated as the encore.
Right. Or why didn't we ever pick and choose which were our strongest?
Well, because we just played all the strongest
ones
in the third set.
Right, because we'd always make the set list like, dude, nobody's going to be there for set one.
Right. You don't play your best songs in the first set, but it's tricky because the people that are there, you want them to stick around. So you want to give them something good enough to whet their appetite.
Right.
But you don't want to blow your load because you got 4 hours to
then
kill.
Then they're going to be like, one more, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. You don't want to hear that one.
God, I wish people were like, play that one again.
Oh, right. Did that ever happen to us?
I can't remember that.
Ever happening?
Maybe. It probably wasn't one of ours, though. It was probably like, play that
Play
cover
Long
song.
Way Down. Long Way Down. So, yeah, but I don't know. Like, playing in a band is such a unique experience, like, especially in front of people.
Yeah. Well,
and it's really weird when they pay to see you, and not just your friends. I mean, your friends are supposed to do that.
Right. Yeah.
But when you play a venue that people are paying that you don't know.
Right. Complete strangers decided to spend their night doing what you are doing as a performance. It's weird to think about it that way. And then, yeah, and it's not like we had fans that we knew of. I mean,
right.
We didn't have the social media that we do now.
Right.
So, you didn't get that instant gratification of, hey, come into the show, can't wait to see you guys, meet you, or talk to you, or whatever.
Right.
It was, you're standing there, you're like, well, are they here to see us, or the band that just went on? Or
Well, and we happened so long ago. Do you remember the name of our band at the time? Now, we've had various versions of bands that you and I have been in.
Mm-hmm.
But the band that we used to do was Inhale.
Yeah.
And do you remember the Inhale newsletter?
Yeah. That's right. I forgot all about
do you have
that.
I know you have at least one copy of one issue.
I'm sure I do in my
We thought
records.
I guess I should say me, because I was the only one. Like, in order to get into a show, you had to write down your mailing address and your name. And I would print out,
to
like,
get the
at
newsletter?
my expense, to get, like, the
Yeah.
newsletter, and it'd be half pages so I could save money.
Yeah.
And it would be fake interviews with us. Like, I would interview myself.
Or you would not even talk to me.
Kurt.
But you would
I would interview you.
Oh, look, there's an interview about me in this newsletter. What the hell's this?
Right. And then I would, like, make up ads for, like, Bob's Glass Cleaning to make it look like we were, like, it was a publication. It was, man, that was a lot of work.
You
for
did all that
absolutely
by
no,
yourself, too.
Yeah. It was a lot of work for no return. I remember the first couple of newsletters, and it only lasted like that 1 year that we were Inhale.
Yeah.
The first couple of newsletters were like color. And, and then I burned through so much ink. Not because we had a lot of people that were subscribed to it. We only had like 15.
But because you chose to make it 32 pages long.
I chose to, spice it up. And we advertised Musical Hysteria in the back of it.
Yeah.
And, mailing those things weren't cheap.
Right.
For me.
Stamps are still
stamps are expensive as fuck.
a quarter or whatever.
Right. But we had to mail that out. But man, that was way before social media. That was like the original tweet.
Yeah, well, a lot of bands did the newsletter.
That's so lame.
Because that's how you.
That was the original Twitter.
Yeah, you didn't have a website at the time. It wasn't that easy just for everyone. There was no Facebook, not even MySpace
wasn't even there.
None of that shit. So there's no way for you to be like constantly reminding people that you make music
right.
and they should come see it or listen to it. And the newsletter was your only way of being like, just checking in. Don't forget us.
Right. And then the email newsletter. But that never felt the same. Felt very, I don't know, black and white. And
yeah. Well, when you're doing it in Word.
Right. Not in, back then you couldn't arrange photos and make cool background designs. It was just type.
Well, you had the 3D type tool you could do in Word.
Oh,
and I remember you doing like a lot of metallics. And
yes, a lot of metals. Yeah, everything with our band was like iron steel.
Yeah.
It was horrible. But like the thing that I remember most about performing live is looking out in that crowd and seeing faces. Like that's the worst. That is the worst feeling for me, especially maybe I put too much onus on it because no matter how the stage was, like my microphone would always be set out a little bit further, like further out front. And I don't know who did that. I don't know if I did that or if that was us, like just thinking, well, you're the lead singer, you should be out front.
Yeah, you could have picked it up and moved it.
Right, I could have moved it back.
Yeah.
But I don't know, for some reason or another, even being aware of my lack of showmanship, I left it there.
Yeah.
So while I'm singing, like I literally have to, like, to get any kind of energy off of either one of my guitars, I gotta like crick my neck, which is why most of the songs, like I sing like this, like just to be able to, like keep my eyes off of this shit in front of me.
So you didn't have to look at the crowd.
Yeah, and hang out with you guys for a minute. Let's do this. And then if I wasn't singing, my back's to the crowd, jamming out with the drummer.
So I'm surprised you never pulled the slash and just laid the hair down over your face so people couldn't see you.
Well, that's true. But even at that age, even at the height of our band, man, I was losing this all up here.
Yeah.
It was like thinning out, so I didn't have glorious bangs like you did anymore. Like, yeah, I didn't have the bangs going on.
Yeah.
Like, I would have to like prop it up and back,
Okay.
and then it would get sweaty, and it just even looks even worse.
Yeah.
I was very self-conscious about all that from a very young age. But we'd get done off stage, and I'd feel like Axl Rose. Like I would act like it,
Yeah.
at least. Walking by people, not wrapping anything up, not getting any of the gear off stage.
Which that always caused a riff because it's like,
who the fuck does this guy think?
why isn't he helping us pick up? We'd be done by now if he just packed his own shit up.
Do you remember my reasoning behind that?
Well,
I was steadfast with it.
other than not wanting to look like a roadie.
No. No. It was networking. I was out there to interact
that's
with the crowd.
Yep.
Like, because I'm the face
not
of the band,
you
even though I'm not.
got to go press the flesh.
You gotta hit the ground running with these people because they might be leaving. But I just wanted to like walk around the bar.
And meanwhile, I just wanted to get all my shit packed up
Of
so I
course.
could go drink.
Right. Or you wanted it packed up so it was safe and secure and you knew where it was.
That too.
Right.
Before I got drunk,
Right.
and then couldn't care less.
Yeah, right. There were a couple of shows where we just left our shit like overnight,
Yeah.
and I remember your anxiety
Yeah.
of
Oh,
not
my
being
God.
happy with your shit being locked up in a bar.
It scared the hell out of me because you could go to the bar the next day, and I remember sometimes I go to the bar and you'd see band equipment there
Right.
from the other bands. And I'm like, what's to stop them? Because the bartender working right now doesn't care.
Or no. You'd
Yeah.
be like, hey, I'm here to pick up this gear. All right, man.
Well, and that was the other thing. We'd show up the next day. There's a guy that we don't know working the bar, and we're like, hey, just here to pick up our gear. All right, guys.
And we just
you all good?
take all
Yep.
this shit.
And we just take it all. What if,
Right. Right.
yeah,
what
that
if,
scared the hell out of me.
what if somebody had that game plan? What if we
Right.
made
Yeah.
like a robbery team, like back in the Old
Oh,
West,
yeah.
where all we do is go from bar to bar,
Scope it out.
scope it out, see if there's anything.
Get the band really drunk and be like, guys, why don't you just leave your gear here overnight? It'll be fine.
No, not that much work.
Oh.
We just go to the bar the next day, like on a Sunday morning.
See-
We go to every bar
See how much.
and just walk in, and if there's gear on the stage, be like, hey, man, dude, I don't want to be doing this any more than you want us to be, but we really need to get our shit out of here. Do you mind?
Stuff.
Do you mind? And then they'll be like, oh, no, man, that's fine. Go ahead. Of course.